Military history is full of blunders. Generals make bad calls. Intelligence is wrong. Supply lines get cut. But usually, for a battle to happen, you need two armies. You need Side A and Side B. But on a moonless night in September 1788, the Austrian Empire proved that you don't actually need an enemy to lose a battle. Sometimes you can do all the killing yourself. Welcome back to The Glitch. Today, we are looking at the ultimate friendly fire incident. The night 100,000 soldiers went to war with a barrel of schnapps and lost. This is the Battle of Karánsebes. The context is the Austro-Turkish War. The Holy Roman Emperor, Joseph II, has assembled a massive fighting force to push back the Ottoman Empire. This is a serious army. We are talking about 100,000 men, cannons, cavalry, the works. But this army had a fatal flaw. It was multicultural. The Austrian Empire controlled vast territories, so the army was a mix of Austrians, Serbs, Croats, Italians from Lombardy, and Hungarians. Many of the soldiers didn't speak German. Many of them didn't speak to each other at all. They were a Tower of Babel armed with muskets. It is the evening of September 21st. The army is camped near the town of Karánsebes in modern-day Romania. The Ottoman Turks are somewhere nearby, but no one knows exactly where. A contingent of hussars, the light cavalry, scouts ahead. They cross the Timuş River to check for the enemy. They don't find any Turks, but they do find something arguably more dangerous. A group of Romani traders selling schnapps. The hussars, being soldiers, decide that the war can wait. They buy all the schnapps, every single barrel. They sit down and start drinking. A little while later, a group of infantrymen crosses the river. They see the hussars partying. They are tired, they are thirsty, and they want in on the action. They ask for some alcohol. The hussars refuse. They set up empty barrels as a makeshift barricade and tell the infantry to get lost. Arguments start. Shouting matches ensue. Someone gets pushed. And then, in the heat of the moment, a soldier fires a shot into the air. This is where the chaos begins. Immediately, the hussars and the infantry start fighting. But in the darkness and the confusion, someone, maybe as a prank, maybe out of fear, shouts the one word that no one wanted to hear. Turkey! Turkey! Turks! Turks! Panic rips through the drunken group. The hussars think the Ottoman army has ambushed them. They jump onto their horses and flee back toward the main camp. The infantry sees the cavalry charging at them in the dark and assumes it's an Ottoman charge. They start firing their muskets blindly into the night. The chaos spills over the river to the main camp. The sleeping soldiers wake up to the sound of gunfire and screaming. They look out and see men running toward them in the dark. They assume the worst. A full-scale Turkish invasion. Now, remember the language barrier? German officers begin shouting orders to restore discipline. They yell, "Halt! Halt!" But to the ears of the non-German-speaking soldiers, Hungarians, Croats, Italians, amidst the noise of gunfire and screaming, "Halt! Halt!" didn't sound like "stop." It sounded like "Allah! Allah!" The soldiers became convinced that the Ottoman battle cry was ringing out inside their own camp. The artillery crews, believing the camp had been overrun, turned their cannons around and opened fire on their own tents. It was total pandemonium. Men were bayoneting their friends in the dark. Cavalry were trampling infantry. Regiments were firing volleys into other regiments. The shadow of every tree looked like a turbaned enemy. Even the Emperor, Joseph II, wasn't safe. In the stampede, he was knocked off his horse and fell into a creek. He had to crawl out of the mud in the dark, alone, while his army destroyed itself around him. The battle lasted for hours. By morning, the panic subsided. The sun rose over the valley of Karánsebes, and the silence was deafening. There were no Turks. There never had been. The ground was littered with bodies, dead horses, smashed wagons, abandoned equipment. Who were they? Where did they come from? And why, to this day, has science failed to explain them? Join me next time for the Green Children of Woolpit.